Born October 17th, 1977, in the beautiful London, England, Lisa grew up in a conservative Greek Orthodox home, spending her summers in a small village on the Greek mountains where her father was born. Touched by the hand of Zeus, she grew to be the successful woman she is today, having no problems or issues in life, flowing easily from one thing to the next. Yeah, just kidding. Growing up with a Greek background and speaking the language is about as close to Zeus as she got. So, she knew she would have to work her butt off if she was going to be successful, and this story is about to get much more interesting. As a child and teen, Lisa described herself as never being enough. She thought her hair was too frizzy, her nose too big, her boobs too small, and her teeth bucked. And oh, how her cruel peers reaffirmed those beliefs. From bullying to abusive boyfriends, they wrote letters to her soul being that she wasn't good enough. And so badly she wanted to belong. To fit in, she just wanted everyone to like her. Despite the difficult time she had, Lisa took solstice in drawing. She let the corrective pencil holder thing, oh, what's that? Just a torture device for children who don't want to hold their pencil the way an adult wishes. No big deal or anything. Anyways, she felt more comfortable holding her writing utensil a different way, and would persist, despite it digging into her fingers. Oh, and I forgot, her inability to hold her pencil their way was the reason she was separated from her classmates and put into a special class. Not even the actual learning difficulties she had living with mild dyslexia. But little Lisa had already begun working on the mindset that would later lead her to the hundreds of millions of dollars and being part of the hugely profitable exit her shared company made. Due to her determination in working through the difficulties presented by her dyslexia, she forced herself to write on the board at the front of the classroom. Tackling the anxiety and fixed mindset, Lisa persisted and forced herself into such situation, eventually learning those dreaded G's and J's. And, with the ever-loving magic of Christmas guiding her, Lisa held on to her dreams of becoming the first woman to win an Academy Award for directing and got a degree in filmmaking. This led her to a summer program abroad to the big city of New York where, little did she know, her life would never be the same again. It is here where she meets and is taken by a handsome teacher of her summer program, the then broke Tom Bilyeu. While they had both expected a fun summer fling, Lisa was soon surprised and delighted by how Tom treated her. He impressed her with his chivalrous nature, opening doors and being an all-around gentleman toward her, that of which she wasn't used to. Past boyfriends had told and convinced her that she would never amount to anything, that she would never be anything without them, that she really wasn't worthy of such treatment, that she really wasn't worth much at all. Yet this man, Tom, he made her feel loved. He was respectful and treated her better than she had been conditioned she deserved. The summer came and went, and with that was the realization that it wasn't just a fling. She and Tom were in love. Without looking, she had met her Christmas-loving soulmate. After only 9 months of dating, Tom proposed, even after being rejected by Lisa's father for her hand in marriage, as he didn't believe Tom was capable of providing the life Lisa deserved and was a custom that he had built as a hard-working businessman himself. Disregarding his opinion, they decided to get married, although not in the approximate 3 months that Tom naively thought was possible. Being that she's a Cypriot, her wedding was expected to be not far off from the movie My Big Fat Greek Wedding, having relatives from all over attending. As newlyweds, they dreamed of being filmmakers. So, Lisa began doing photography on film set and absolutely hated it. They knew if they were going to be filmmakers, they would need money. A lot of money. So, together they decided Lisa would stay home and do whatever she could to make Tom's life easier, while he went to work to amass money for them. Finding themselves in a good financial situation 8 years later, they'd also found themselves miserable. Lisa longed for purpose and to do more. And don't get me wrong, Lisa did plenty, but it didn't fulfill her. She wasn't happy. So when she and Tom decided he would quit his job and put all his focus on their new business, making and selling nutrition bars, Lisa found herself asking Tom how she could help. Quest was born, and Lisa soon began excitedly navigating through every problem with vigor, and was making Google her BFF, next to Tom, of course. Armored with her resilient attitude, her backpack of reasons and dreams, her scars of wounds made by the broken pieces of people, and the belief that as long as she kept looking and learning, that she would figure it out, she boldly ventured into unknown territory time and again. Learning and then changing course quickly as their business grew at a freaking crazy rate, being 57,000% in 3 years. Employing habits of the greats as they began employing hundreds of people, they found themselves making a $1 billion exit when they sold Quest. Lisa's now living out her dreams as she and Tom work to become Disney, making an impact with their media, influence, and growth mindset approach. Now, it isn't all work and no play for this superhero. Lisa spends Sundays in a peaceful, meditative state, brought on through the act of her drawing till her heart's content. She also loves to spend time with Tom, from deep conversations to rocking some Destiny. Lisa continues to build herself up as she brings others on her journey, being the inspiration she is. And an early congratulations on her upcoming book, Radical Confidence, available early this May 2022.